Good morning and thanks for waking up with us this morning. We're waking up this morning with Chef Christopher Holbrook from Signature Catering 30A. And Chef Christopher, thank you so much for coming on the show.
My pleasure, Don. Thank you this morning.
Now you're going to prepare a little something for us here today, and I see some exotic ingredients here like that star fruit.
Yes, sir.
I don't even know what that thing is.
That's a dragon fruit.
A dragon fruit, yeah. And we got some beautiful things here to go. What are we making?
So we're going to do our signature crab cakes this morning. And it's kind of a little Floridian Creole with a little Caribbean influence to it. We're going to plate that with New Orleans remoulade sauce, as we call it, Nola remoulade. And then the sauce that's going to go on top this morning, Don's going to be a little bit of dragon fruit here.
This is like, I don't know if you can see this or not, but that is like a work of art.
We got a little star fruit here, some fresh jalapenos out of my garden, cilantro, scallion, lemon supreme, red onion, basil. We're going to do a little lime on there as well.
All right, let's get well, let me know how I can help. Let's get started.
Let's get started. Perfect. Let me get a little gloves on here, and we'll get our crab cake cooking. And we're going to assemble this salsa real quick for everybody.
Okay, now we've got a hot pan already.
Yeah, we got us a hot pan.
And with the hot pan, you put cool oil, right?
Yes, sir.
So you don't put oil in a cool pan, do you?
Yes, sir.
All right. And the reason for that is, I don't know.
Well, you don't want to break your oil down. You know, and most chefs are cooking with hot pans because if you're a good chef, you got customers waiting, so there's no sense in cooking with a cool pan.
That's right. So let's keep it
we'll
going.
Get started here.
Well, just in case somebody wants to try this at home. Yeah.
Exactly. And
all right, so
here's
we got
our
a little
crab cake. This is about 4.5 ounces. It's a nice size. And as you can hear it sizzling a little bit, we're going to turn our heat back up. Just kind of let that thing get going there. We'll end up finishing it with a little bit of butter, because I like to add just a snatch of butter.
Now you pre-made this crab cake with these ingredients?
Yes, and
butter and oil. That's
it adds a little fat, adds a little caramelization to the product. So we'll just kind of let that go on a pretty much a little medium heat.
Okay.
And in the meantime, we're going to assemble our salsa.
Ooh, salsa and crab cakes.
Yes. So
Sounds
as we show these ingredients here earlier, we're going to add some star fruit to it, a little bit of dragon fruit, a little supreme of lemon. So this is the actual lemon segments that have been de-seeded. Okay. A little bit of cilantro, a little bit of red onion.
Right.
A little bit of fresh basil, chiffonade.
Ah, love basil. I grow it at home in pots.
That's exactly where this came from this morning. A little bit of scallion here. And then just a little bit of jalapeno right here.
Ooh.
Okay, so we'll add that good stuff.
Just give it a little kick.
We'll do a nice squeeze of fresh lime.
And we're looking at, we got a little lime in this cup here, all right.
Okay. And add a little bit of red chili oil to this.
Wow.
Now, this is more just a flavor. It's not extremely spicy.
Is red chili oil hot?
No, this is not hot. This is spices that we make at home. So on toast, you can simply just toast chili powder, add your oil to it, and then strain it, and then it adds a lovely dimension to the product.
Well, you know, Chef Christopher, we got to run off to the local weather.
Okay, great.
But on the other side, let's finish this thing up and
when we come back, we'll have a crab cake.
Let's do it.
All right, sounds good to me.
And we'll be right back after your local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm. westpittmanlawfirm.com. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Chef Christopher from Signature Catering of 30A. We're making some crab cakes and this remoulade sauce. Is that what you call that?
Yeah, New Orleans style remoulade.
Okay, so we got a little bit of remoulade sauce here.
Let's sit that down right there.
All right, we'll put it there.
Put this in there.
All right.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
Assemble our dragon fruit and star fruit sauce.
Oh yeah, let's get a little look at that there.
Put that right on top there, like so.
There we go.
You can just get that right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish with just a little bit of black lava sea salt.
Black lava.
It's a finishing salt.
Wow, that's black salt. That's beautiful.
From Hawaii. And then we will also garnish with a little star fruit right here.
Wow, look at that. That's a real work of art. Let me tell you, I'm not going to be, it's kind of hard to.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Messing with me right there.
And what is that you're putting on? Is that
just a little fresh basil?
Basil, okay.
And then a little bit of that red chili oil we used earlier, just kind of decorate the bowl with. And then you have a little bit of turmeric oil right here.
Turmeric oil. Yeah, I tasted some of this
that?
stuff. It was not too bad. And let's get a good look at that. Can we see that? Can we get a good look at that? Oh, man. That is just beautiful. And I bet you it tastes just as good as it looks.
I bet it does. You want to give it a shot?
I think we should. Let's get into it. All right. I'm having crab cakes for breakfast. This is great. 6:30 in the morning. All right, so I'm going to see if I can grab a little bit of that. All right, looks pretty hot. That's right off the griddle. Good job on that, Chef Christopher.
Thank you.
Good job. If somebody wanted to learn how to cook this, can you do this at home?
Of course you can do this at home. And you just go to my website at signaturecatering38.com. Go in the recipe category. And I share a lot of recipes with my guests. General public can, obviously go there as well.
Which is unusual. A lot of chefs are very protective of their recipes.
I feel like, being a chef and all the recipes that you have, in your head, what's the point? What if something happens to you one day? I want to be able to share that with the world.
You can't take it with you, yeah.
You got that right.
This has got a little kick to it.
Yeah.
Just enough spice. And I like crab cakes to begin with, so this is awesome. I don't know about breakfast, but
hey, put an egg and some hollandaise over it, baby.
You got some some breakfast cooking for you too. Now, where's your business at?
We're located in the Great Beach area in South Walton County, but I service everywhere from Miramar Beach, Destin, all the way into Panama City. So pretty much.
You come right in here to Bay County as well. Now you'll cater events. People will come to your place as well.
I do a lot of catered events, in-home dinner parties. I do weddings, do corporate events. I do a lot of stuff with Wyndham. Do a lot of stuff just in-house. Probably 50% of my business is dinner parties.
Okay.
And that's what we specialize in. And this year we're actually opening a wedding company up. We won Best of the Best this year by the Emerald Coast Magazine for Best Caterer on their coast.
Oh, nice.
So that was
this is delicious stuff.
An award that was very self-rewarding.
So if people want to get in touch with you, how do we do that?
Just call me up at 850-428-2624. You can also reach me, contact via email by my website at signaturecatering38.com.
Signaturecatering38.com.
Yeah.
Just Google that up, get out there, get the number, give me a call. And we got
let me come service you.
All right, great.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish this crab cake for breakfast.
My company's motto is enjoy more beach and love more often. So
I love it.
All right, John, thank you very much. I appreciate it, baby.
All right.
All right.
And we'll be right back after your Mad Hatter Minute. And it's crab cake, too.
Hi, this is David Lovett, and this is your Mad Hatter Minute. Today we're going to be talking about brake pads and brake systems on your car. The first question that I have to ask you is, how do you know when you need brakes? And typically, there's only two ways that you know you're going to need brakes. One, if you're driving and you apply your brakes and you get a vibration, most typically in the steering wheel. The steering wheel start vibrating, you know you got a problem. If you feel it in your seat, feel vibration back in your seat, you know you got a problem. Second way to know that you might have a brake problem is noise. You hear a squealing noise when you're pressing your brakes. What that is that the hardened metal on the back end of the brake pad is actually making contact to the rotor. And it's your sign, it's your signal to say, hey, there's something wrong, time to get it into a shop. Now, in a standard brake job, there are actually 4 different components that you typically look at. Many other components on a brake system, but on a standard brake job, you typically look at your brake hoses, your brake calipers, your brake pads, and your brake rotors. All right, the hoses provide the fluid to the caliper. The caliper closes the pads back onto the rotor. The pad has friction material that makes contact to the rotor, and that's what makes your vehicle stop. Now, what I have here is your standard brake pad. Your brake pad has a friction material on the front, and it has backing material on the back. It also has this little tab right here that when you get low with the friction material, it's going to make a squealing noise. If you let this friction material get down into the squealer tab, it's going to squeal like a pig, and it's going to start damaging your rotor. Get your car fixed immediately. If it goes too deep into that rotor, you're buying new rotors. And soon, a $100 brake job turns into $200, $300 real fast. Don't play around with your brakes. This has been David Lovett, and this has been your Mad Hatter Minute.
Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Dr. Ron Johnston from Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center here in Panama City. Dr. Johnson, thanks for coming back on the show.
Yeah, good morning.
Now, as the name infers, you do a lot of skincare at the Dermatology and Skincare Center, but you're not just limited to doing that. You do some cosmetic stuff there too, don't you?
Correct. We take care of general dermatology for all ages, as well as we do cosmetic dermatology too.
Now, I heard you've got a new system there, or a new device there, that's some sort of fat reduction device?
Correct. It's called the Vanquish. It's one of the more popular devices now. It's been seen on The View recently, as well as the doctors featured on there. And basically what it does, it uses radio frequency to basically melt away your fat around the waist area. Later on this year or next year, we're hoping to get an attachment that will go around the thigh areas, which will help melt the fat away there in a non-surgical way.
When you say melt the fat, it kind of brings on visions of maybe, a stick of butter getting melted or whatever, but it's not that simple, I'm sure. I had a nutritionist on the show who said, once you have a fat cell, you've got it for life, and the only thing you really do is shrink it. Is that right?
Yes. Once you're born and in your first year of life, you've pretty much got your number of fat cells that you're going to have for life. You don't make any more, you don't lose any more. What happens is the fat cell either gets very small if you're not feeding it, or it gets extremely large. One way or the other. So what this device does is it'll actually break down the number of fat cells and destroy some of the fat cells in those areas that you don't get. It doesn't mean that you can't put on weight later. It just means that the fat cells that remain will get that much larger.
Right.
And the way it works is fat cells are susceptible to temperature. So whether it's cold, a lot of devices out there use cold to break down the fat. This device uses heat to break it down. And then what it does is it puts a paddle system across your waist, and it sort of goes around your hip areas. And the way it works, sort of you can think of it almost like a microwave-like, but it's not, we're not microwaving you, but it's sort of like that, using energy to focus it down a couple, maybe a half an inch below the skin to heat it up without heating up your skin, because we don't want you to feel pain or discomfort. And then that causes it to break down the fat over the next couple of weeks, etc.
And how soon will you see results? And do you have to go for regular treatments, or do you go in 1 or 2 times and you'll see results? How does that all work?
The best results are seen from around 4 treatments, and typically the treatments are about 1 to 2 weeks apart. You'll see results during the treatment, so most patients see about an inch off the waist, maybe a little better. But you see the best results after those 4 treatments, in about 2 to 4 weeks after, is when you really have to break down those, because the body has to have time to break down those fat cells and to take them away.
And to heal too, I would imagine, because you're actually damaging those cells in some way, right?
They're breaking apart, and what they do is we tell you to keep hydrated. That helps sort of flush your system out and get the fat cells out of your body. But it does take a little bit of time for the body just to, break those cells down. It's not immediate. We're not melting it, like, as you said, melting butter right away. It's a very slow process, doing it over weeks, because we don't want to cause a lot of inflammation or a lot of pain or discomfort in that way. It's designed to be a non-surgical, non-painful method of getting rid of some fat over time.
And this is just for really cosmetic purposes, I would imagine. Is there a real health reason for someone to get rid of excess fat?
Well, this device isn't going to do as much as something like liposuction. This is going to be more of a milder result. I mean, you could do more treatments than 4 and get better results or more results. But 4 is usually the best treatment. Like I said, it's going to take maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches off an area, or if you're doing it up higher in the upper stomach area, it'll sort of flatten that area as far as that goes, and make it look better. So it's more of a subtle cosmetic type procedure.
And the body parts you'd use it on is basically the midsection and maybe the thighs, or
that's the main areas right now, because the way the system is designed, where it wraps around with a paddle system, it's designed for either the lower abdomen or the upper abdomen. Some people use it on the back to get sort of those love handles they don't want anymore, or the upper back area. And as I mentioned before, we're waiting to get FDA approval on a new attachment that'll actually go around the thighs, which will help with around the thighs.
Wow, it's so interesting stuff. I got to tell you, they come up with it. And then again, diet and exercise, that can't be understated how important that is to reducing, your fat. We
encourage the patient that the system is designed to do nothing different. So if you do nothing different, you should see results and that 1 inch or more off. However, we encourage sort of the well-rounded approach, which you're going to get better results if you try to increase your activity a little bit, try to watch what you're eating, and that's also going to help sort of flush the system out and get those cells out of there and sort of get a better result. So we try to get the full scope perspective.
Well, if somebody's watching this and wanted to learn more about it and how it works, where could they go? What could they do?
Well, just go to our website, advanceddermclinic.com, or give us a call at our phone number as far as 850-502-5989, and call us. We do a free consultation, so we can come on in. We can see if you're a good candidate, if you've got any medical reasons for not getting it done, and then go from there.
Dr. Ron Johnston, thanks again for getting us smart on what you guys are doing out there, and that fat reduction thing sounds pretty cool. I may have to give you a call on that one as well. And we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with James Austin Wiley at Pamela Elliott Vocal Studios and Talent Agency. James Austin, thanks so much for letting us butt in on you here while you were practicing and stuff. Now, you've been singing for a while now, haven't you?
Yes, sir, I have.
Since you were a kid, I guess?
Since I was a kid, and I've been taking lessons here for 4 months now.
And how old are you?
I'm 17 years old.
So 17 years old, you're already a seasoned singer, aren't you?
I guess.
Well, you sound that way to me. What are you going to sing for us today?
I'll be singing A Beautiful Mess by Jason Mraz.
James Austin Wiley singing A Beautiful Mess. Take it away.
The best of both worlds. You're the kind of girl who can take down a man and lift him back up again. You are strong, but you're needing, humble, but you're greedy. And based on your body language, your shouty cursive I've been reading. Your style is quite selective, though your mind is rather reckless. Well, I guess it just suggests